Alright guys, welcome back to Season 3 of Rochdale Glory. Promotion and the title of League 2 was ours in the last episode, and we had an absolute nuts of a player come through our youth intake. Idea with name Beer. I think that's going to make a lot of adult fans happy, that they can cheer for a beer. But with good players comes interest, and it's getting quite hard to fend off interest, even in the early pre-season. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Rochdale Glory. And we will start with the review of League 2 before you look into this little section here. Duffy finished with 32 goals. Romero finished with 22 assists, and we're going to apply for a work permit for him in July. And Duffy got the highest average rating as well. 7-0 dismantle with Shrewsbury, who eventually wasn't relegated, which surprised me. But we are on up to League 1. We have also increased our stature this year. I think it's quite significantly. I don't think there is a way to check that through there, but with the players that we have been developing, the board actually came to me and asked if we wanted a club that could use our facilities. So things are going in the right direction. In terms of finances, I was quite shocked to see this, but we've had an income of 15 million, and I don't know how. It shows down here. Apparently, sponsorships income is 12 million. Like, we've got a general sponsor that's 2.5, just under 3 million a season. Like, kit manufacturers 5 million and stuff, which is, I think that's really impressive at this level. You guys will have to let me know, but yeah, that is interesting. I have lineups of friendlies for us, so I'm not going to show them. But Bradford, Macclesfield, Portsmouth, Bolton, Manchester City, because we're affiliated with them, and Chorley are our friendlies, and we kick off at home to Barnsley, which will be the first game of this episode. Potential might all be the one game, depending on everything that goes on. Our final game of the season is away to Leyton Orient. We do have a home fixture just before against Wigan, which is exciting to say the least. If we do go to League 1, the current season preview has us predicted to finish second, and this is the first time I'm looking at this. That is a big shock to me, I can't lie, because the teams around us on like the different wage bills, like we have one of the lowest. If we keep going through these, there's two. I think there's 4 teams that have a less like salary per annum to us, so we're not spending a huge ton of money. In terms of our squad, it has bolstered as players have come in since then. I'm just going to put the phone on silent because that's what I'm using to record. It just vibrated and it kind of scared me. In terms of players that have come in, I think it's going to be quite hard to find them because of all this, but Simpara is one of them that came in. He came in on a free transfer, and he looks really good. I think he would be a very good attacking midfielder if his passing and improve. That's one of them. There's a few that Bebo Cisse is another one. I'm actually really excited. He's probably going to be a starting centre back, albeit he is only 18, but he looks very exciting and is already a good Sky Bet League 1 player with the potential of being a Premier League player. I am very excited for a lot of these players. In terms of contract status expiring soon, there is a whole bunch here from Lewis Thomas all the way up, and everyone apart from the main, who I'm pretty sure the main is going as well, but they are all going on a free transfer. Alright, Let's do this. Bournemouth made an offer for John O'Bear, which I am going to reject. And that is going to be a very common theme, as Manchester United are in an offer for Marty. But he's happy to stay put. So guess what? Reject. There was also an offer in for Duffy. I think I've gone a bit too far, yeah. Which was the biggest, and it was a fee of 11.75 million. But he is also interested in staying at the club whilst there is interest. If offers do come in from now on, though, I will let you guys know. That is disgusting, what was just on there, but we won't worry about that, as we do have another transfer offer to deal with, and that is Kid, and again, we're going to reject it. I want to keep hold of our one of the kids as much as I possibly can. But yeah, we're going to get to the 1st of July and I'm going to show you a bit of an insight into how I scout. Alright, some great news to bring you guys. Marty has signed a new deal. Very low wages for his ability that he has. However, he has signed a new deal. He asked for 5 years, that was locked in. So I was more than happy to oblige that. And he also has a 3-year extension, although he does have a £1.2 million release clause, which is probably going to get taken up very quickly. But he demanded that, so we're going to have to cross that bridge when we get to it. But yeah, I'm very happy with that. He is wanted by a number of clubs still, which is not the best of things, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's the only other business to bring. I'm going to have a whole bunch of loanees about to come back in. But other than that, nothing much happened. Okay, we are into July and now it is time for some scouting. So let's get underway. So we're going to have a look at players' interest. We're going to put it at doubtful because that maximises the amount of players that could want to sign for us. So what we do then is we have expired, and you've got a whole bunch of players here, and sometimes I'll sort it by ability, and then there's a whole bunch of players who are lined up here, such as like we've got Douglas Martinez here, who is 30 and has decent ability. Got Mateus Goncalves, who I'm actually quite interested in, especially looking at those stats. I'm going to see if we can bring him in. So here we go. We're going to ask him about availability. He's extremely keen on joining, although he wants £10,000 a week. Oh, that's a lot of money. £8,500 a week. Oh, where's he played for? He played in Saudi Arabia. Played for, I'm guessing that's Flamingo. By the name. And he's actually played in the top division of Saudi Arabia. I'm actually shocked we can sign someone of that calibre. If we go back to that database. And he's only 21. It feels silly not to try and have a go for that, isn't it? There's also another thing that we should probably put in there if we go down to transfer work permit chance. And put work permit likely. It'll show us players from all across the world, excluding like countries like England. There's a lot of players that are retiring here. Which also brings in another one of my things. We're gonna maximise this to 30 years old, so players between the age of 15 and 30. We've got a lot of money to play around with, So let's get straight into it. Who would we want? That is the question, though. We don't need a goalkeeper right now. I do believe Thompson will gain the ability to be a real good goalkeeper. So I am quite firm in him playing in that position. Romero's the old player who can play in the left, so we do need a player to play there. There is a couple other players, Esteban Palazzi and Colin Jackson, are, I believe, the only two players who are... Oh wait, no, Mustafa Hadraf as well is also coming in. But those are the only 3 future transfers now. And arguably we just need to sort of boost who we have on the wings. I'm not bothered about the right. I think Adabir Rowan's a really good backup still. But we need to find someone who is good at winger in attack and then can transition to be a wing back once they are... What we're doing? Once a transition of play goes over. So what we're going to do, we're going to put in those two specifically. And there's no one there who fits that bill, but if we go like this, it will open up a whole bunch of range, and then it's just literally, we've got a whole bunch of players here. We could ask them all in trial because they are all free transfers. It's just seeing which one is worth the punt. Like, is this fella worth it? You know what I mean? And it's just going through every single player, seeing off an initial look, are they worth a trial? And like the case scenario, there is going to be a lot of players that probably are worth a trial. There are players wanted by a whole bunch of other clubs and stuff. I'll also look at players who not just unattached. So if I wanted to, I could have a look at players who have some transfer value, such as this player here. Right, there's a lot of potential with it, but I'll shortlist a couple of players. I'll get back to you. Alright, we have made an offer on a Caleb Wiley. He's been listed as surplus to requirements at Chelsea. He spent last season on loan at Championship side Bristol and has spent loans at Strasbourg and as well as Watford as well. And I thought, with also MLS experience, which is, I mean, it's always nice. He's also got 3 caps for the United States, and he's leading Sky Bet League One in ability, and he looks alright. And I think he's going to provide enough competition for Romero as well. There's an optional fee of £700,000 if he does accept it, because apparently he wasn't that interested in a further deal, but we're all paying 20% of the wages, which equates to around £2,000 a week. No other business has been made since. Douglas has, well, I say that, there's been a lot of loan offers and stuff because obviously our squad is massive. I mean, if we go here, there's an awful lot of players that are here. A lot. But it's gone through them all, see who wants. So Sam Beckwith, who's now transfer listed, I'm going to offer into clubs. I'll offer him on loan. No buy fee, unfortunately, because of his contract. He's in his last year of it. Fran Villa is also wanted, but he looks like a player that we're probably going to be using in our team. John Joe Bay is attracting a lot of interest. However, no offers have come in that are anywhere close to what is he is valued at. The main player I am focused on is Duffy, because he's wanted by teams including Juventus, which is interesting. But yeah, no other business to bring you apart from the offer that I have made. Whether the player accepts that or not is another thing to go with it. While we offer accepted, if we go just come off this. Yeah, so Chelsea have accepted a loan offer. 20% of his wages was £700,000 optional fee. I've also did a recruitment in the same position, but one place come up, and Christopher Ainsworth is the player. He doesn't look that great, although it is someone I'll bring in as a nice backup. I mean, £20,000 isn't an awful lot of money for a player that is League One quality. If I go to our best 11 though, Duffy and Marty would be up front. I think this is the wrong formation for that. This would be our best 11 at the moment. Thompson in goal, then Weatherton, Cisse and Aguiar at the back, with Alexander, Anthony Shield, who are both listed out for loan. I was tempted to keep Alexander a part of the squad, but I think he would do a lot better if he got some loan time. In terms of our midfield, Romero, Allen, Trevitt and Beer would be our midfield, and then Duffy, Marty and Simpara, who looks very promising. Again, we've picked up an absolute gem here, and this was on a free from Badalona. Has a work permit as well, and he's already championship quality, and we managed to sign him last season. It was one of the many signings that I made behind the scenes on a free transfer, when I basically did this where when it clears, there is an awful lot of players. I went to amateur and then ability. I don't want the assistant manager's ability. I don't know why that's like that. What else did I do? I did youth appearances as well. I'm not sure if I did them in the same one. Oh, 30? On 422? No, I'm on 20. 4 players. What? They're all too old for my liking. And then 10 is normally the golden number in this, where you get a lot of players. 67 to be exact. And then I sorted by age. I think it's going to go, with the oldest first. We're going to go with youngest. And then players like An Sing Jun, who looks like he could be something. Can play in that fullback position. He looks like he's been trained to try and play in that wing back position as well. But I spent about 3 hours on this last season, just going through a lot of the players. Through that way. There's also the thing of work permits as well, and there's amateur, and then there's non-contract as well. And I think it's Second Yellow Card who has a really good way of looking at these. With all different countries, it is a system that I do use to have a look at, but there'll be a lot of players on there that are really good or have really good potential. Yeah, that is one of the main things I'm doing, but I'm just gonna take both of these off. Once you do, go to 15 to 30, and then the recommendation. In fact, probably should sort it by transfer value. Might have crashed my game, I don't know. Oh, no, I didn't. I thought I did for a minute. There is an awful lot of players loaded. But there's a lot of players on here that, like, come up on the scout reports. We've got a leading Sky Bet Championship goalkeeper here in Elias I can't say that. That's a very confusing one, but he looks really good as well. But literally, guys, I spent a very long time doing this last season. I don't necessarily need to do it this season because we have got a lot of players who are like good, like, so we don't need to do a lot of transfer business this time. If we go transfer only interested, this number will water down quite a bit, I think. Like I said, there's a lot of players loaded. Alright, I'm going to spend a little bit of time going through this. Alright, welcome to Rochdale. Caleb Wiley. It is our first proper piece of business this window. He has joined us on loan from Chelsea, already a USA international. So quite the capture there. Very happy to make that kind of deal. Not really much else to report on since then. But very happy to get that done. Excuse me, I didn't sleep properly last night. I'm probably too busy celebrating promotion. But yeah, in terms of anybody else that's been brought in, we're both looking at this together because I've not seen this yet. No one really of too much excitement. I don't know why this one's still here because we definitely do not need this anymore. But if we go to this one, Joe Wentworth, I believe he used to play for Crystal Palace. Could be wrong. Let me know down below if he used to play for Palace. But there is a lot of don't tell me he's there permanently because that's Sam, you've made a very, very bad choice there. Very bad choice. But that was not the one I was looking for. I was looking for this one. No one there, but we do have Elliot Stroud, who on the eye looks very, very promising. And 25 years old, no caps for his country, and has spent the whole time in Sweden in the Premier Division. Does have a work permit. Would be a very good signing for us, I imagine. And can play both positions. And he wants to join. He wants to join for a lot of money. Alright, okay. Let's go and do this one together. Let's approach the sign. He wants to be an important player. Can't promise you that. Okay. I can promise him to be an important player. I'm immediately getting rid of the match high turning clause because those are nightmares. Although I will add a relegation release clause because, I mean, I don't think we're going to get relegated. And we'll do that of... Well, let's see if he accepts that. Remove that. Make that 3 years. Optional extension of 1 year. Okay. He now wants a lot more. Well, we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. Well, bump more than half price down. We don't want an assist bonus. Don't want a goal bonus. You can have a clean sheet bonus of 1,000. If you do get an international cap, I'll let you have 1,000 per international cap, and I'll even give you £500 for that. A match high sterner. I really don't want to add one. It's a lot of money for a real good player though. He has an active work permit, which helps. Oh yeah, squad numbers. Alright, why can't I change those? Alright. That's annoying because I did actually want to give Martin number 9. Do I have the editor? Because this is one thing I do want to show you. How do I? I'm guessing it'll be in my world. Showing, yeah, okay. I'm going to show you what I use the editor for this situation. If I yeah, that would be it, wouldn't it? Allow squad numbers anytime. If I go back, assign squad number. I might need to go through a day. Let's go through a day. Because I haven't used the editor yet. Apart from trying to figure out the kits. But if I was going to use the editor, I would tell you guys. So let's I think we've progressed today now. Just get past Thursday and then we'll go from there. In fact, that will do. If I go back to here, assign squad number. Right, I'm going to go through these. I'll get back to you. Alright, we have now sorted the squad numbers, so I have taken off the editor. Duffy is on number 8, Marty number 9. Also, I want to swap Thompson, so he is in number 1. Yeah, that's about it. They were the main 3 that I was thinking about: Duffy, Marty, and Thompson, because I'd rather goalkeeper wear number 1. But yeah, those are now confirmed, and we can carry on with our lives. But yeah, in terms of the teams that are in League One this season, We've got Barnsley, Blackpool, Burton, Cambridge, Colchester, Fleetwood, Grimsby, Leyton Orient, Lincoln, Luton, Millwall, MK Dons, Peterborough, Plymouth, Port Vale, Preston, Reading, Rochdale, Salford, Sheffield Wednesday, Stevenage, Stockport, Wigan, and Wickham. Did you get all that? I want to see how quickly I could say it. But yeah, we've done alright in a pre-season so far. I don't think I want to make any more business. I keep saying this. I really don't think I do want to make any more business. Well, if I pick my best 11 now, this is likely that's got what is going to be the best, the starting 11. Although I'd probably play Olivieri there, Duffy there, and Simpara on the bench. Romero would go into the lineup. I reckon Bear could be a striker. Let's have a look. I reckon Ujama could be a striker. Apparently he can't play there. But look, he looks phenomenal. We already have him tied down to a future deal. But I'm going to continue rejecting bids for him because I want to try and keep our best players at the club. And we're not in a financial position where we do need to sell, although we are looking like losing money by the month, which is at least a bit concerning. We can place an advert out for another coach, so I'm going to go for fitness coach this time then. We do have the maximum amount of staff that we can have here, apart from scouts and recruitment analysts. Medical team, we could probably get another sports scientist. In terms of our facilities, we've got really, really good facilities. Our youth level's 3, and I'm pretty sure it's been put onto level 2. That happened just after I finished recording the season finale. Excuse me. Just after I finished recording the season finale of season 2, the board came to me and asked if they wanted to increase the youth level, and I said yeah, because to be honest with you guys, I don't really want to be making transfers when I can avoid it. Put that back down. Nice little Vimto. But I do want to be using the youth system like all the time. And it's why last season I was so heavily recruiting behind the scenes for players. We have an awful lot of players who are out of a contract at the end of the season. But any sales I'll make I'll try and get sell-ons with them as well. But yeah, in terms of our squad, I think we are well placed now. Caleb, Wiley and Romero were definitely 2 great options, and then the potential addition of a third player there will add respectful competition there in the midfield. We have got a solid 5 that can be rotated between Trevitt, the notable player, but Briley and Allen are regular starters. There's enough to be rotated around there. In terms of on this side, Bear is definitely one of the players that we should be looking at over here. But Adabel Rowan and Olivieri, when he's fit, he's out for another couple of weeks, are great there. I'm going to remove the players who are on loan or who are listed. Aguiar is the best player in this side. Do I need to remove anyone else? When's he coming in? He's coming in January. Stafford draft. Looks like we potentially might loan him out. Oscar Wallen is going on loan. Conor McAvoy is another one that potentially could be. In fact, I'm probably going to look at selling him on. I'm going to offer Conor McAvoy out, see what's out there. If he does want to play for another club, he is there, but he is a backup at best. Fran Villa as well. He's definitely going to be getting some game time. He's going to be offering competition, but Aguiar, Cisse and Cameron Gordon, Aguiar, Cisse and Weberton are the main three. Cameron Gordon is another one that I'm going to look at selling on, but it's one that I'm not too worried about selling on. I think Cameron Gordon could still play a really I think he could still do a good job. But I'm going to offer him out to clubs as well. Yeah, in terms of next season, that there's a lot of quality. Duffy looks like he's probably going to be on the way out this season. As much as I don't want to lose him, he is he's got a lot of interest, and he is always getting better. 47 appearances for Rochdale, and he's scored 32 goals and 14 assists. That is 46 goal contributions in 47 matches at 17. So yeah, I can see him going. As much as I want to keep hold of him, I think that's going to be quite the task. But yeah, I think the next time you'll probably see me is if there's an offer, simple can't refuse, or if the board does accept offers on my behalf, or if we sign someone. Alright, Elliot Stroud has signed for Rochdale. £9,000 a week, say it quietly, so the other players don't hear. He does have a match high signing clause. I'm hoping we don't sign players for as much as that, but it is nice to have that amount of money available in one go. They don't want to add another sports scientist. Alright, cheers, board. Won against Chorley, and we beat Pompey in a friendly. That's Championship Portsmouth, and we've beat them in a friendly, so that is encouraging to say the least. Murdoch is going on loan to Gateshead. We have a bunch of loans to confirm here. Richards is going to Crawley. Jones is going to Doncaster Rovers. Paul Haynes is going to Cheltenham Town. Hakeem Perez is also going to Crawley. And George Pickering is going to Bradford. But our next game here is against Bolton away in friendly. But like I said, I have no other transfers now that I'm planning on making. So the likely case scenario is that you're going to see me either reluctantly accepting an offer, or an offer's been accepted on my behalf, or it's going to be the first game of the season. Okay, Sam Beckwith could be considered Rochdale legend category now for the time he has been with us. Over just under 120 games played for us, and has been part of 2 promotion runs, been a very vital part of the team, but the reality is he's not going to get any game time at all. So we have agreed to load him out to Doncaster for the end of the season. Hopefully he does well there, and I wish him nothing but the best. McAvoy has also had offers accepted for him. Dunfermline offering the most, but Queen's Park, Ross County, and Dunfermline all offering for himself. Other than that, just been a couple loans. Tony Alexander, who you guys would have seen quite often, he played 23 games for us last season. He is on loan at Mansfield Town of League 2 for this season. We do have the options to recall him if he does do well, and we have the chance to play him in our squad. But yeah, other than that, there is no other business to bring you guys. Okay, so you can see 3 offers for offers for 3 different players have been made here. There we go. Sorry, I had notifications on my phone. So we'll start with this one. Akinoko could actually play for us potentially, but he's loan listed by us for the simple fact we've got 3 strikers who are world class. Well, 2 strikers that could be considered world class somehow at this level. Premier League quality, I think, is probably a better way to put it. But I think it is quite reasonable to send this player out on loan. It gives him a good chance to prove to us, and he will be at Doncaster Rovers. We have accepted that, and United have offered out for Duffy with a lot of instalments, a guaranteed like £8.4 million, and another £1.5 million once he plays an international game, and 30% profit from net sale, which is likely going to be a lot of money. But I'm going to regret that because there is no way I want Duffy leaving the club. As for Tom Kidd, however, he could be on the way out. We are going to have a look at these offers, and we are going to consider these a lot more than we're probably going to consider offers for Duffy and Marty. But let's have a look. It's an initial 170,000 up front, and he's worth up to 1.8 million. So I'm just gonna I think that's fair. Alright, well, they don't want to sign him. I reckon Wolves will be a bit more... Well, wait, no. Just under £1 million for Tom Kidd. The Tom Kidd who... I mean, he played 10 games and got 5 goals last season. I'm going to reject it. It took me a minute to think about that, but that is all in terms of transfer business at the moment. Funnily enough, the day's gone that not far on. It's now tea time, so I'm going to have my food and then I'll continue recording. Alright, I am back. I've had my food. I'm full now. I had dippers and chips. Proper child. But we are... second favourite score, I think I covered it early in the episode, 7-5 in terms of promotion odds, and we are priced at 600 to 1 to go down. So obviously we do possess the quality to go up to the championship, which is the aim. The board want us to make the playoffs, I believe, which we are just going to check real quick because I don't want to be telling you guys the wrong information if I go to the club and then go to club vision. So the current season they want us to reach the playoffs of League One and then be competitive in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, and next season we should be winning promotion to the Championship, and then there's always the next 3 years because club ownership looks to be one of the talking points there. In terms of anything else we're going to ask for, I don't think there's really anything else we do need to ask for apart from improving training facilities, which we can afford to do, so I would be surprised if this does get rejected. But yeah, we are coming close to the start of the season. I am very excited to be playing Barnsley. Let me just... There we go. They're all confirmed now. As we're told that Duffy's expected to be player of the season. Well, not player of the season. He's supposed to be top scorer. And also, I'm not going to put it past him. Did we win against Bolton? No, we lost 3-0. There's our unbeaten 3 season. Marty's out for 2 weeks, which is alright. But yeah, other than that, there's not really much to report. As always, I'll let you know if there is something. If not, I'll see you at Barnsley. We are getting closer to match day ever so slowly. I apologise, there's not been a game to focus on yet. But after speaking to the media because the board rejected my request, we have got planned training facilities work. And they're going to start in September and finish in December. So, and they're going to cost under 2 million, which we are, luckily for us, in the position to do so. So, yeah, I'm going to get to this Barnsley game now because there is nothing else to report. Alright, it is match day here at Scotland, and it is Rochdale versus Barnsley. And just to give you guys a clear look at the season preview as we do go into this game, here is what it looks like. We are still predicted to finish second with Barnsley. Our opponents finished predicted 7th. So this is going to be a tough encounter, but one I am excited for. It's very nice to be back in League One. And here is your first 11 back in the 3rd tier of English football. It is Thompson in goal, Weberton, Cisse, debutant Cisse at the back, and Aguiar and finishing the centre back. Romero, Allen, Trevitt, and Olivieri, the midfield we're all very familiar with now, as well as youth products Bear, Marty, and youth product Duffy, the Vampire Slayer, who we managed to keep rejecting bids for. Hopefully interest completely dies down soon enough, because I mean he is just a bit class, isn't he? Then again, so is Bear. Just checking if I should be doing anything else. Don't think so. These guys should be playing up front though, like playing higher. Yeah. Okay, let's set some opposition instructions. Matt Dolan was actually potentially being poached. I've given him a new deal because his coaching stats on here are pretty nuts. Just double check everything's right for set pieces as well. Oh, I didn't want to tick on Marty, but there he is, the lovely Spaniard. If we assign both sides, that's seeming all in order. If we go to free kicks, that is also all in order. Marty's got 15 free kicks. Wow. Wide again. Just making sure everything's set up. There we go. Alright, let's go to this match. We had a bit of a topsy-turvy pre-season, won most of our games. We just lost to Bolton and Manchester City away and at home respectively. I thought may as well just garner a little bit more income with a friendly against Man City, because we get to keep all the money because they are an affiliated club of us. So that is all very nice. But here is your game. I am now going to disappear once more. You ready? Abracadabra. And here we go. Just loading up. It is taking its show good time, but we are in now. It is Rochdale versus Barnsley. Forgive me, I haven't managed to get around to changing the kits yet, but we are here. Let's go and give the fans a performance to cheer for. League One, welcome back Rochdale against Barnsley. No notable names from what I can see there. But let's get this party started. Scotland looked packed out. Every seat filled there. That is a sight to see. Everyone obviously looking forward to the return to League One. And let's get on the way. Keller done for Barnsley kicks us off. And the season is starting. Philip. Alright, okay, we don't get to see the rest of that. Let's just check the attendance. 10,079. That is a humongous number. Italian Olivieri plays it to Allen on throw. Now Jamie Allen plays it to Trevitt. Weatherton, Brazilian centre back. Now back to Allen. Olivieri, Weatherton, back to Allen. Love a bit of passing here. And it's played through to Marty, who has a shot. And it's just past the side netting. Didn't get a touch on the goalkeeper. I thought it did, but it did go out for a goal kick. And 10 minutes gone, just a one shot on target, although we are dominate possession. Barnsley do have a corner though. And it is played over. And it's headed away, and Marty's over it. Marty acquiring a lot of interest, is dispossessed. But Marty wants to stay here, which is always a nice thing. As Barnsley are through, Phillips shoots, and Thompson with a brilliant save to keep Rochdale at level terms with Barnsley. And it's still 0-0. We have another highlight. Phillips plays it to Escobar. But it's been intercepted. Duffy plays it to Beer. And there was a free kick. I think Duffy's shirt was pulled. It has been part for a yellow card. That is annoying. Olivieri though does regain the ball back for us. Aguiar now plays it to Thompson in goal. Now to Weatherton. And now over to Romero. Tries to play it through to Bear. Unfortunately finds Barnsley player first as they shoot, and it's gone into the stands. No trouble for Rochdale there, but it should be trying not to have those shots happening. I couldn't speak English then, I do apologise. Weatherton plays it to Romero now. Now to Jamie Allen. Back to Trevitt. Now to Beer. He plays the ball over. Can't find Duffy, but Beer regains the ball. Duffy finds Marty. Marty's going to have a shot, and it is a corner for Rochdale. Good spell of play from the Dale then. The boys in blue. We still haven't had a shot on target though, albeit we've only had 2 shots. And Barnsley have had 2 as well. Cisse is pushed Keller Dunn down. Is he going to get a booking? He's getting a talking to instead. But I think he's quite lucky there, probably. Earl now for Barnsley. Plays it to Iorfa. No, alright, okay. That is a name I definitely can't pronounce. I'll just try to pronounce it in my head. Jamie Allen. Plays it to Marty. Marty's through here. Although there are players now in his way. Plays it to Jamie Allen. Now to Olivieri. Tries a shot. It's deflected. Cleared away. Jamie Allen wins it back. Plays it to Weatherton. Now back to Jamie Allen. He plays it over. It must have been offside. What a pointless highlight. Hopefully we don't get too many of those. Romero plays it over to Marty, and we are through here. Marty should have shot. Plays it to Romero, who shoots and scores. And sorry, I didn't really talk much then. I was trying to process what was happening. But Marty regains the ball from Romero here, taken to the byline. Marty plays it back into Romero, who first time shoots it and beats the keeper, and it is 1-0 to the Dale, and Scotland goes nuts. And that was our first shot on target. Wow. Crookholm now for Barnsley has the ball in his hands. And he plays it forward, but only to find Aguiar, who plays it to Trevitt. Finds Duffy through here. And Duffy plays it to Beer. Unfortunately, Beer can't get to it. Romero wins it back though. Plays it to Trevitt. Now to Jamie Allen. Jamie Allen has a shot. And forces Crookham to make a save. Although a rather simple save at the end of the day. And Phelps is through for Barnsley here. Plays it to Farragher. Now to Earl, who crosses it over to Connell. Now to Bland. Now Mason. Now Iorfa. And managed to get it into the box. Connell has a shot and Connell scores. It is 1-1 at Scotland. And I'm surprised that led to a goal with how deep the highlight started. But a goal's a goal as they have a corner. It's headed away to find a player I can't pronounce and forces Thompson to make another save. Got to encourage the player to see if that does anything. It does. Happy smiley faces. 43 minutes gone now. Now 44. Probably going to go into half time 1-1. And it's a rather fair scoreline when you look at things. And it is half time. 1-1 at Scotland. And it has been a very end-to-end game in terms of what's going on there. Keep playing well. Andrea Olivieri looks a bit worse for wear. As does Marty. Marty might have been injured, I've not noticed. Can Beer play there? Beer cannot play there. Okay. Marty is going to come off for Simpara. I think that's a very sensible change. Olivieri is going to swap for Beer, so Beer's going to move into that wing-back position. And then I'm going to move Duffy into a shadow striker. And Olivieri is going to come off for Kidd. A lot of movement, but we are back underway. Marty potentially injured, which is not exactly something I want to see, put it that way. We do have a chorus, and Para's over it, plays it in, it is cleared away. It's fine Kidd, who heads it back to Trevitt, back to Simpara now. Simpara shoots, and it is another corner. And now Simpara. Over the corner again, plays it in. Headed away, clear again. Kidd plays it to Trevitt, now to Weatherton. Weatherton shoots from range, and it's gone for another corner. It was deflected. This is the other game we're going to do today. I've been recording for a while in different periods of time, much of the time that the sky has now gone dark. Sometimes I can just really struggle to record everything in full length, so I had to take breaks. So that's why there is only going to be one game today. I'm not even sure how much content I've managed to produce in the time I have been recording as Cisse goes into the book. But yeah, I do apologise. It's not exactly the most energetic season opener, but I promise you, it does get better. It does get better. We are trying to take Rochdale to the Premier League and the Champions League, see how many trophies we can win. Very exciting times. It's just sometimes I don't have 100% energy. As you can hear, I get very tired very quickly when I'm doing tasks, which is not the most fun of things, but unfortunately that's been the way since I'm probably about 14, 15 years old, even with regular sleep patterns, which is, it's not fun. Alright, back to the game. 65 minutes on the clock so far, as Cracombe boots it forward from his net, and Duffy and Bland are down there. 50-50, gone very wrong there, and I really hope Duffy isn't injured. Bland certainly is injured. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here. Alright, Duffy can play on. He can. But will he? I'm going to put Trevitt there. I'm going to bring Sečovic on. That's two changes I did not want to make. Duffy and Marty both being injured. It's not exactly what I wanted to do. As well as we throw it back towards our net. Weatherton plays it to Thompson, and then we're underway once more. Cisse plays it to I can't speak there. Anyway, Simpara's on the ball. Beating his man. He doesn't, but he plays it back to Romero, crosses it in, finds Beer on the end, and he forces a save from Cracombe, and it is a corner to Rochdale. And a chance for us to do something here. Simpara plays the corner in quickly. It is headed away, only to find Kidd, who was under a lot of transfer interest, although we haven't sold him just yet. Kidd is brought down, but is cleared away with no shouts for a penalty. Aguiar, the Argentinian centre-back, plays it to Cisse, new signing in the summer, plays it to Weatherton. Now back to Romero. Now to Jamie Allen. Weatherton, Romero. Finds Trevitt. And now back to Romero. Come on. And it's saved and cleared away. Sečovic winning it back. Plays it to Jamie Allen now. Now to Sečovic. Plays it to Beer. Beer's through. Beer's brought down. And it is a free kick right on the edge of the area. And it is Romero over it. Who else would be over it? It is his shooting range. Romero shoots, and it is just over the bar, and it is a goal kick now. As Barnsley are on the attack there, Keller done. Oh, we have the ball. Sorry, I've got a bit distracted. Trevitt shoots, saved. I was just checking when I recorded the first bit of this video. It was 3:30. And just put that into context now, it's 6:30. And Cisse has scored from a header. Completely out of context. But yeah, great Great way to come back into the lead there. Simpara with the corner. This finally paying off in the game. And Cisse beating the keeper at the near post and heads it home. And it is Rochdale 2, Barnsley 1. Now, tactical changes. Who do we have left on the bench? Wiley can come on for Romero. Briley can come on for Jamie Allen, and that is all 5 changes. I'm going to try off some praise to the Dale players. Don't think that's come through, I'm not sure. But Briley plays it to Weatherton. Now plays it to Wiley. Debutant for Rochdale. Plays it through to Simpara. As Kidd is down, that is not good. And Bear heads it out of play for a goal kick to Barnsley. And Kidd's taking a knock. I can't win. I honestly cannot win. Always injuries somewhere. Escobar now for Barnsley. O'Connell. Earl. Now to Ifora. Now back to Earl. As Kidd makes an interception. He's not that injured. He plays it to Simpara. Simpara shoots from range. And it is safe with save. We are going to do some changes. Play it to target forward. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I want to do that. Ball's booted forward. And Aguiar heads it over, finds Connell for Barnsley. Now Escobar plays it to Earl, switches it over to Ifora. And now to Mason. And Wiley dispossesses the Barnsley player that I can't pronounce his name. Weatherton plays it to Wiley, the American international. Now to Simpara, back to Wiley, over to Ethan Briley now. Briley is brought down, and it is a free kick for Rochdale. I'm just going to bring the mentality down now to positive. Briley plays it to Shetovic. Now to Trevick, back to Briley. He finds Simpara in the box now, plays it to Wiley, and Wiley silly tries to play back to Weatherton, although he has dispossessed the Barnsley number 8, and plays it through to Simpara now, and Kidd is down, and he's going to have to go off. Apparently. Oh, this is awkward. Because we have no substitutions. Right. Well, that leaves me with no real choice, really. But to bring everyone back. Annoying, but we can work with it. Bring everyone back now and absorb the pressure. No, Bear can't play there. But we'll do our best now. Wiley plays it to Briley. Wiley again. Takes on his man. Plays it to Shetovic. Now to Briley. Plays it to Trevitt. Now to Simpara. And plays Trevitt through. And Rochdale can't make it 3-1. Trevitt just can't hit the net. Unfortunately for us. 88 minutes gone now. You wonder how much added time it's going to be. And Thompson collects the ball. I'm going to hold on to it for as long as he can now, I imagine. As he boots the ball forward. And Briley plays it over to Wiley. Just realised those two rhyme. Wiley beats his man, crosses the ball in. Can't find Simpara, it's cleared away. And Ogbu now for Barnsley is running down. And now has crossed the ball in. Weatherton clearing his lines. And now Simpara for Rochdale. Plays it over to Bear, the young youth product, who looks very, very good. And Bear plays it through to Shetovic. That's a lovely ball. And Shetovic is brought down there. But no foul given. Krukome now plays it over to Mason on the other side. Now to the Barnsley player that can't pronounce his name. Kelladun is apparently onside. And Ogbu has the ball now for Barnsley. And I'm fearing the worst there. Escobar has a shot deflected by Shetovic. And 10 added minutes. Kelladun crosses the ball and it's cleared away. Simpara has regained it back now though. And look at Simpara go. I think he can shoot from here. The goalkeeper has managed to come back. The goalkeeper did come up. Bear plays it to Ethan Briley. I think he's going to shoot. He's played it to Trevitt, who was dispossessed but finds the ball back. Plays it to Simpara and it's cleared away. And Wiley now for Rochdale. Oh, to Ethan Briley. Now to Trevitt. Back to Wiley. And Wiley shoots. And that is the end of that move. Time wasting more often. Mason poofs it forward. And Ogbu's clear here. And he's just missed. An unbelievable miss. Don't know how he has. Rochdale been a better team though here. Probably a level pegging, but in terms of XG, we have been the more cutting edge side of this encounter as Wiley is through here and plays it into the middle. Unfortunately doesn't reach anyone, and here come Barnsley. Kayla Dunn plays it to Ogbu, and Ogbu's free here. There's another player in the... Oh! I just knew that was going to happen as soon as I saw the players. Now we're going to play everyone up. Why not? Nothing to lose now, is there? Just 2 minutes left. I'm a bit in disbelief that that has just happened. Let's hope we can give them an instant reply. We have got a highlight. Wiley. Straight forward. And has crossed the ball in. Can't find anyone. Escobar clears it away for a throw-in. Now we do get to see Bear. Throws it to Aguiar. And Aguiar crosses it in. Wiley's there. Oh, and it's saved by Crocombe. And Barnsley holding on here for a point. They're playing for a point as it's headed forward and away. And Kelvedon's free here. This cannot be how this game ends. Kelvedon plays it. I don't even know what to say. Now we're playing for the point. With 10 seconds to go, Wiley plays it to Everton. Wiley crosses it over. It's headed away. There's a free kick, and well, that is it. Weatherton put into the book. We've been robbed there. We've been robbed. Wait a minute, come on. Escobar for Barnsley, plays it to Afora. Mason, back to Afora. And it's full time. I don't even know what to say. I really don't know what to say. Well, that is all for today's episode. As disappointing as that is, we are going to try and bounce back. I genuinely don't understand how we just lost that game. But it is what it is. If you have enjoyed today's episode, or you are excited for Season 3 of Rochdale Glory, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and thank you very much for watching. See you later. Thank you to the people who support me via my Buy Me a Coffee page. The link to support me beyond subscribing to the channel can be found in the description below.